Hey guys, Rob here. Welcome back to Hammer and Halo Projects. In this video, I'll show you how and why we built this much needed cedar security fence. It's going to take a few days, so let's jump right into it. If you've been following along for a while, you'll notice this property may look familiar, and that's because we've been here before. This is the same resort where we filmed our workation video. In this video, we built all the cedar fencing around the stone pillars to secure the property for a new automatic gate that was being installed. If you haven't had a chance to watch that video, first I'll put a link up at the top here as well as in the description below. Well, it's been a couple months and the new gate has been installed and is operational. However, the design and placement of the gate has brought new safety concerns, so they've called us back to address those concerns. Okay, we're going to be building a fence, a wood fence, around this entire steel 20-foot rolling gate. And the reason being, we've got kids running around here, and we don't want anybody getting trapped between the fence and the pillar during operation. So the idea is to build a 4-foot wood fence around it, around the back side, and then put a man gate on the back side so it's out of sight, and then tie back into this fence right here. 3 of the posts that we're dealing with will be in pavement. So what we've done is mark out centers on all of them, and one over there, and then we're going to use a rigid diamond 7-inch blade from my skill saw. I just picked that up to get our cuts into our pavement. So let's start cutting pavement. I wasn't able to get all the way to the edge on the 2 end posts, but that shouldn't be a problem because it's pavement and pavement's pretty soft material, so it should break out pretty easy. And now we're going to use a basic pickaxe to open up the slab that we cut and get it to a depth that we can put concrete in and get our 4x4 anchor post in. Getting close, brother. And now we'll just finish up on those last 2, and then what we'll do is drive rebar in each 4 corners and give the concrete something to anchor to, and then we can pour the concrete and set our 4x4 posts. That kind of work is exhausting, but that's one done, and let's get on to the next. All right, we got one more to go, you guys. This one right at the pillar. Gotta tell you, that really knocks the wind out of you, swinging a pickaxe like that. But 2 are done. 1, 2, and let's get on to the last one. Oh, that went over well. Can't believe that pick snapped. Can you grab that last one I have? Not even an old pick. How does it snap like that? I think there's one more up at the shop. True Temper. That's the manufacturer. 6-pound pickaxe. I would not suggest buying one. Alright, so after several hours of back-breaking work, we were able to get all 3 of these squares cut out of the pavement. 1, 2, 3. And now it'll be easy just to get our concrete poured, get our post anchors in, and then we can move on to the grass area, get another post, and then tie into that existing fence. And here I'm driving 4 sticks of rebar into the ground of each cutout, making sure to leave them about an inch lower than the surface of the pavement. This will help to strengthen and hold the concrete. Next step was to string a line from one end to the other so we know exactly where our post anchors need to sit. Finally, it's time to mix some concrete. When you're mixing concrete in a wheelbarrow like this, it's best to just add the whole bag and then add water as needed. For these anchors, I wanted the concrete fairly runny to make sure it completely flowed around the rebar and the post anchor. Once I partially filled the hole, I could now add the post anchor, and to set the anchor so it cured in a level position, I used another stick of rebar to help suspend it in the wet concrete. And to make it look a little nicer, I'm just going to take a trowel and smooth it as best I can. Now I'll just repeat the same process on the other 2 and let them set. At this point, we can now dig the post holes on the grassed areas, get the post set, and call it a day. Alright, we're back the next day. Concrete has hardened and we can now set and level the 3 posts on the paved area. I'll be using 5-inch by 1/2-inch bolts along with flat washers and lock washers to secure the post to the brackets. So anytime you do fence posts, the biggest thing is you want to be able to look down the last one and only see one. And we look really good right there. And the same with this side. We're squared up with the other one, and then the gate will go right there. What we want to do is we want to be level with the finished fence right at that pillar height, and I don't have a line level, so what we're doing is just running some straight 1x4s across level, and then we'll mark the 4x4s, and then we'll run a string line all the way across. Now onto building of the actual fence. We're using treated 2x4s as our box frame. Once each box frame is complete, we then simply lift it and level it into place using the string line we attached earlier, and securely fastening it to each post using 3-inch deck screws. When building the gate, it's not much different than the other box frames, but I am using 2 lower blocks to hold the frame up, as well as 1/2-inch spacer blocks between the post and the gate in order to set the hinges properly. And here we're just adding cross members on the back side of the gate to help the gate stay square. Finally, the last tricky part of building these frames was jumping over this concrete curb. And as you can see, we built it to sit a couple inches off the curb to allow rain or snow to flow under it. Okay, now the fun part begins. We're going to be using 1x6 cedar tongue and groove fence boards, and I'll be fastening them to the cedar 1x1s with galvanized 1¼ pin nails.
Show me tape, Matt.
So I think this barrier fence turned out great. It's functional, and more importantly, it serves its purpose as a deterrent to keep people, and particularly children, away from the mechanical operations of the automatic gate. Well, that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button. And if you like how-to and DIY build videos, you hit the subscribe button. And hopefully, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.